Hi, I'm Yolanda Stepney and you're listening to Speak On. We talk all things culture, society and wellbeing. Hi, this is Speak On and I'm Yolanda Stepney. It's never been more important to find our happy place. For a large portion of this year, we've been stuck in our homes, separated from loved ones, some of us out of work, and for some spending 24/7, 10 days a week with their children. It's been really difficult. It's definitely been a hard time for many. People got sick of their own cooking. We're struggling to find a new place to sit in the house to spice things up for the day. And I don't think any parents ever anticipated spending this much time with their own children without breaks or babysitters. I really feel for you guys, how people have juggled working at home or even being an essential worker, relentless childcare, homeschooling, kids eating everything that isn't nailed down. I'll never know. One thing we've learned is that we need to carve out time for self-care and a happy place to deal with the stress, not just of 2020, but everyday life. Today, we're joined by Helen Clark, spa trainer for Lush Oxford Street, and we're going to talk about how to find your happy place. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
And what have you done today to make yourself happy?
Oh, I made quite a good lunch.
Yeah, nice. It's the little things, isn't it? What did you have?
It is the little things. So today I'm working from home, although I have been back into our spa and store quite a lot. So today is like very much an admin day, which isn't my natural kind of environment. But to deal with it, I basically wake up, make myself a really, really strong tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then make myself a really nice breakfast, smoothie. And then I give myself like that moment. And then I sit down and then I start doing my work. And then, yeah, my lunch was really good today. Nice salad. Sexy salad, we like to call it.
Do you know what? I love salad. I love lettuce is weirdly one of my favourite foods. I know it's just basically water, but it's delicious. So I would have been happy with a sexy salad. You know, it sounds great. Okay, so what do you do for Lush and Lush Spa?
So I'm the spa trainer at Lush Oxford Street. My job varies a lot. So the main part of my job is training our spa therapists in our bespoke treatments. So lots of people don't know that Lush has a spa. It's our founder calls it our best hidden secret. And yeah, we've got I think 12 different treatments, and they're all very in-depth treatments. So they're more experiences than just a massage or a facial. For example, we do a body scrub, but it's a hot chocolate body scrub and a rose serum massage. So, and it's all done in a room that's lit with like pink lighting on a squishy couch under a heated duvet. There's stars on the ceiling. It's fantastic. There's just every single element has been thought about. So then the actual treatment that you receive is a choreographed massage done to music. And that music, yeah, but that music's all like upbeat songs with loads of nostalgia. So it kind of, it's a really like happy and comforting treatment. That's why it's called the Comforter.
Yeah.
That's just a little example of one of the treatments that we do.
That sounds amazing. I've never heard of a choreographed massage before. So what does that mean? So it's just like I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a song now, but you're just like literally massaging in time with the music.
Yeah. So
that's so cool.
So the most choreographed treatment we have is called synesthesia, and that's 80 minutes. And the soundtrack's actually 80 minutes as well. So there'll be points within the soundtrack where the therapist needs to be. So every single massage element has timing. So you'll do 3 movements here and then you'll switch, and there'll be a movement to switch to one part of the body to the other. There's a flow with it. So when the music speeds up, the massage movements speed up. So, and then when it's like long, slow bits of music, it'll be more flowy movements as well.
And you said it's nostalgic music. So do you have like a set playlist, or can people pick songs?
Every single treatment has its own music. So for the Comforter, that's like upbeat songs. It's like listening to a record, like with different tracks. Whereas synesthesia, all that music on that soundtrack blends together. So it creates that like beautiful flow that you need with that treatment.
I need to get one of these because also, you know, it's been months and months and months since I've had any kind of treatment whatsoever.
Well,
It's just...
yeah, we're opening next week. So we're just putting all our new procedures in place now, along with like government guidelines, which isn't as that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is to get back in there and working with my therapist and delivering these beautiful treatments again. But yeah, we're opening up where we've got everything in place to make it really safe for everyone. And yeah, I guess we're going to be real busy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, 'cause I know that I've got one of those like little massage ball things, and that's what I've been doing, just laying on the floor, rubbing myself around on a massage ball, or on the kind of the roller things. And I was like, this is not the same. This is not the same at all.
It's not. I actually, while we've been locked down, I've been working on self-care sessions, and I did one on body work and self-massage, and there's things that you can do, to kind of massage yourself or a partner, but it's never going to be the same as when you've got a professional who's trained for years
and doing it in time with music as well. That feels like, that elevates the experience.
With Lush products in that like beautiful atmosphere that we've got there.
As opposed to just on my floor in my flat, just looking at my curtains.
I've had so many people call me as well and be like, Helen, I've got this knot here, or my lower back's killing, I've been working on the couch, and what can I do? And I've told them as much as I can do. I've worked like over video calls with them. I've given them like stretches to do. But one of the things I did advise was tennis ball. You got a tennis ball lying around. Make sure it's in the right place. Please don't be rolling your spine over a tennis ball. Or... So yeah, it's been a lot of that. But yeah, hopefully we'll get everyone booked back in and everyone can get all their tension released.
Yeah. I can't imagine how people are going to feel. They're not going to be able to leave. They're just going to they're just dragging their bodies across the floor out of it. They're just over relaxed after that. What was your personal journey? Like, how have you arrived at Lush?
So it's a bit of an odd one for me. So I was actually at university studying psychology with criminology.
Okay, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go into like prison counselling. I was just fascinated by crime and like the idea of rehabilitation. I know. It's.
I'm just sitting here. I don't even really know what to say because I don't know how. Yeah, I need to know how you got from that.
You want to know how how this is like come about. So yeah, basically, I always had this want to like help people or guide people, almost in like a coaching aspect. And I think I was 2 years into my course and I just wasn't feeling it. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do, and it took me 2 years at university to realise like this isn't the path that I want to be going on. So I dropped out of uni with no idea what I was doing. I was managing a pub at the same time. So I think even like working in a pub relates more with what I do now, because it's hospitality and just like working with people and talking a lot. And I had like this side thing, like it was more of a hobby where I was working with like prosthetic makeup, and I was doing a lot of makeup for friends and family. And I got asked to do this music video and make a load of zombies, and I was like, I can do that. I've been working with liquid latex and fake blood. I'll do this. So did this music video, worked with like some other makeup artists on that, and I was like, this is fascinating, this is what I want to do. So called up like a careers advice line, and they were like, you need to go to beauty school, like go to beauty college, and then like that will guide you into going then to uni, and then there's prosthetics courses in London, like that's. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to beauty school, get like the MBQ that I need, and then go on to university again. Got to college, beauty college. I think I was 20. Everyone else was 16. I was like a little bit older than everyone else. It's okay. Got my plan, and I completely fell in love with massage and how the body works, and how massage isn't just physical. It's got like a whole like psychological like benefit as well. And I was just fascinated by it, fascinated by aromatherapy. We studied facials and skincare, and everything I wasn't expecting to love, I loved. I still got my makeup qualification like through the beauty school, but I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a massage therapist. I want to specialise in bodywork, skincare. So then I stayed on an extra year at beauty college, did everything that you could imagine doing, like did deep tissue, did facial electrical, did body electrical treatments, hair removal. Like I got did everything that was like relatable to massage and the beauty industry. And I left and I was like, I want to be a therapist. Like, this is what I want to do. And then I started working in a day spa in Liverpool, which was a mixture of massage and beauty treatments. And then one of my friends was, her name's Sarah. She was a manager at Lush Liverpool. And she said, we've got a spa. And I was like, Lush have got spas? What? Basically like everyone else. And then I applied and got the job. And that was 8 years ago, and I've been with Lush for 8 years now.
That's all right. It's like things that you have such a big smile on your face and you're talking about it, so it clearly makes you so happy. And I mean that is a wild journey from criminology through to, but I suppose it's kind of that kind of journey can help you find that, I suppose, your happy place in careers as well as just happy place in life. That's so awesome. I love that.
I think my mum said to me, because I thought, oh gosh, she's going to be disappointed when I drop out of uni to go to beauty school. It's just like, because your parents have those expectations for you. And I remember her saying, well, you know what, you tried it, it didn't work out, at least you know you don't want to do that now. So that's one crossed off the list.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like, it's not like you gave it like a go for like a month and you were like, okay, I'm tapping out. You did 2 years on something that's mostly pretty intense and really serious as well. Yeah.
Everyone's always shocked. Yeah, everyone's always shocked when they meet me. They're like, yeah, that's a pretty serious course for you.
So talking about happy places, where is your personal happy place or places?
Happy place or places? Physically or mentally?
Oh, let's just go physically first, then mentally.
For me, being by water is really important, and maybe it's because I'm from Liverpool originally. So I lived in a place called Crosby, and we had a coast front there. And whenever I needed a breather or a bit of space, I would go down to the seafront there. And just there's something about like the power of water that is like, it's just so good for you, like cleansing, like not just of like the body or whatever, but it is very cleansing for you. And to look out across a mass of water is always like a happy place for me. So any holiday I book, I'm like, is it by the sea, or if it's has it got a river? So yeah, for me, when I'm in London, and actually during lockdown, especially because I was on furlough for 4 weeks, I would walk down to the river. So I live in Brixton, so I walk right all the way down to Vauxhall and just walk right along the South Bank. And I just found having that water close to me was what I needed. So yeah, for me, water. So that's why I probably am drawn to Lush as well, because if I'm at home and I can't get to water, like showers or baths, just they're my happy place. I've never moved into somewhere that didn't have a bath.
Same. It's like, I lived in one place where they had 2 bathrooms, and I had an ensuite and it had a shower, and I was like, can we swap rooms? Because I really like baths, and it's like, that's definitely somewhere I love to chill. I mean, I have been known to fully eat food in the bath. Definitely have a wine.
I've spoken to people recently who have done that. I think a glass of wine or like a nice like herbal tea or something that's as far as I've gone so far. But maybe I should try it.
Oh no, like I've eaten chicken nuggets in the bath.
Nice.
I was like, I couldn't have been happier. I had like something on Netflix, had a glass of wine, just eating chicken nuggets, and I was like, do you know what? I might have peaked. This is brilliant.
Is that your happy place?
Do you know, it's one of them. It's only as I'm saying it, I'm like, that was a great day. That was a great few hours. Because also I stay in the bath for ages. I have a shower before I get in the bath, because I don't want to sit in my own dead skin. And then I just keep refilling the bath. Not great for saving water, I get it, but it's amazing. I don't make a habit of it, but yeah.
It depends like how often you're doing it, isn't it? And it's balancing out what's good for you and what's good for the environment.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no shame here.
No, exactly. That and a Lush bath bomb as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, a bit of Twilight.
Oh,
That's yeah.
lots of lavender in there. That'll knock you right out.
Oh yeah, that is perfect. That and a glass of red wine. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
I'm with you. That could be a prescription. That's so good.
And what about you said you were talking about physical or mental happy space. What about your mental happy space?
For me, so I've learnt so much during this time, and I realised that I'm always contactable at all times. So for me, what I started to do was I'd have an hour of time, it started off with 1 hour of hour of downtime, and I'd turn my phone off for an hour.
Yeah.
And then, and it just gave me such a sense of freedom. It was like really strange, like just not having that device there. And I'd like physically put it away as well. And then I was like, I'm going to try it for a day and see how I feel. I felt so peaceful, just like not being able to be contacted, just having that put away. And that just gave me like a little bit of like headspace, I guess. But yeah, reading is a big one for me. Something that I really struggled with when I was younger, because I'm quite a slow reader, and I forced myself to read because I love fiction, love anything to do with stories, and it was like always like a bit of a, I love it but I hate it because it takes me so long to read a book. And I think I've read 3 books during lockdown, which I'm really happy with. Yeah. And just like going into that kind of little world that's not yours, but it is yours because it's your imagination. So I feel like that's really good. Like that's been really good for me as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I've just started listening to, because I love audiobooks because I like to do things while I'm being read to. I love being read to. When I was a kid, I used to love audiobooks as well, but I used to like read like ferociously when I was a kid. We had like a giant bookshelf and I would just work my way through it. And then I got more into audiobooks as I got older because it allowed me to do other things, because otherwise I would just read a book and do nothing else. But then throughout like lockdown, I'd listened to podcasts, but I hadn't really listened to any books. And I realised I was like, we are 2 and a bit months in, and I haven't even cracked the spine of a book or even pressed play on an audiobook. So what I've done since is I've actually given myself a no TV rule. Because I just couldn't. I just can't. I can't with the TV anymore. I can't watch another show. I can't watch another film. I just can't keep looking at it because I feel like it's been so much of that during lockdown.
Yeah.
So I'm only switching it on to watch really specific shows that people are talking about, and then apart from that, just audiobook morning till night. So I've smashed through about 4 or 5 books because I'm being read to. So it's not, because sometimes I can be a slower reader as well. But yeah, just being read to, and it's great. Just all fiction as well. And yeah.
There is something about screens, like, because maybe it's because you have to focus, like, because it's like multi-sensory, isn't it? You have to watch and listen. Like, I think that's what makes it like maybe a bit more tiring. And then like with advertisements as well, you've just got like all these advertisements being thrown at you constantly. Because I love music, and I was listening to the radio all day, every day. And then I was like, it's broken up with a lot of advertisement, but then also the news had come on. And I'm someone I love being in the know, and I love to know what's going on, but I don't need it kind of blasted at
on
me.
the hour, every hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I haven't listened to the radio for years. I just listened to I just put on just music to play. But yeah, definitely, I'm so glad that I've gone back into listening to audiobooks, because also I realised that I was kind of upsetting my balance, and talking about going back to like happy places, upsetting my balance because my sleep was very weird. Obviously, because it was weird, it was stressful, everybody's in a strange place. But then I realised it's because I was messing up my circadian rhythms by always looking at the blue light or whatever it is off your computer just for ages. And then I was going to bed at like 3 a.m. and stuff like that. And I was like, why am I doing this? But as soon as I stopped, I'd say a couple of days after stopping, sleep pattern just went back to normal.
Yeah. Everyone's sleep pattern's getting a little bit better now because we're getting a bit more used to it. Whereas at first, so many people were talking about, it was like, I think #Can'tSleep was like one of the top, like everyone was posting about it at the beginning.
Yep.
And it's because we're we're understimulated. So it's like we're not going out to work, we're not speaking to as many people as we normally do. If we do, it's through a screen. You're kind of in the same environment all the time, and you're like completely understimulated, no matter how much you're listening to or reading or anything like that. And yeah, like, so those people contact me going, which essential oils do I need for my diffuser? I can't sleep. And it's like, so I'm like listing out all of these like different essential oils that people need to be able to just be able to switch off at the end of the day. And also because you're in the same place, there is no switch off time. Like one of my friends said to me, I don't have like a normal day anymore. I have coffee time and wine time. I was like, there's got to be healthier ways to deal with this.
Coffee time and wine time.
It sounds great, but there's got to be a better way to be able to switch off. And if you're like working at your kitchen table, that's where you have dinner. And if you're working at your living room or your bedroom, that's like areas where you should normally be switching off, and no one was getting that. So that's why everyone was struggling, I think, with like the sleep as well and the constant screens.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why as well people now, I think it's now more important than ever to start to work out that kind of incorporating self-care into just your everyday life, not just for now, but like going forward. I think as well, so many people, I think I've literally, we've seen studies, etc. in the press talking about the fact that people don't want the old normal. They want a new normal where they have more work-life balance, where they're potentially working less days a week or less hours, and not working like they're shareholders. Everybody works like they're a shareholder, and it's like, no, we're not shareholders. We shouldn't care this much. We want to get paid, but why are we here till crazy o'clock at night or early in the morning when you're just getting paid the same wage or whatever? People finding that balance and time for themselves. I think people want to take that forward. So what ways do you think people can start to make time for themselves? Now we're in, I'd say, out of lockdown-ish, we're starting to find a new normal now. We'll go through a few phases before we hit whatever the new normal will be. How do people start taking that time for themselves and then finding ways to incorporate it in going forward?
Keeping that balance, right? I think that's what's important. My managers are brilliant at giving us like a really good work-life balance. They are like they are really good. I think it's Lush. They're renowned for looking after their staff. And I feel like what they've done is when we have been working from home, they've been like not at all strict. They're like, if you're not online, we know why you're not online. We know that you'll need some downtime. And I feel like not all managers can be like that. I've got friends that need to press their space bar like to show that they're working all the time. And
that's insane.
It's just not natural, because if you were in the office, you would get up and have a conversation with someone, or you'd get up and make a cup of tea, or like that just doesn't happen in like a normal workspace.
Oh my goodness, poor people. That sounds awful.
It is, yeah. yeah, it is. It tends to be more like corporate industries that are like that, but I feel like that those conversations need to be had with management to be like, okay, so this is a different way of life. We are getting into a new normal. There has to be a change in the way that, like, even myself, even the way I'm managing my therapists, it's going to have to be different. And we're going to have to be more understanding, because I feel like people are like on quite high, like, I don't know what the right word is for it, but there is a lot of tension kind of in the air at the moment. Like everyone's wearing face masks and everyone's kind of like a bit nervous, I guess. Yeah, I reckon there's more nerves.
Yeah, I can imagine like there'd be an increase in anxiety as we kind of start to reintegrate, because it's like, well, now you have to wear a face mask and now you have to do this, and I suppose it's kind of heightened fear as well. So that's a really good point. People are going to have to start making allowances for that, but also recognizing that they themselves might be anxious because of it, even if they don't think they are. They're going to be. And I've been out and about a few times and worn a mask. It's not the easiest thing to wear. It's not the hardest thing either. I wear a bra, for God's sake. But it's not the easiest thing to wear either. Well, bras aren't always the most comfortable, are they? Come on.
They are not. One of my favourite things about lockdown or working from home was that I didn't really have to wear a bra. That was
Yeah,
like one of the
yeah,
one
so
of the
many
pluses.
bralettes.
Yeah, so many bralettes. So many
Team
bralettes.
bralette, team
Yeah.
vest. Yeah.
Yeah, finding that new normal. Wearing a bra again and a face mask
Yeah.
when we're going out and about. That's gonna
Yeah.
be a little shock to the system, and I feel like we all just need to be really mindful that it is something that's new, and nobody deals well with change. I don't. Even people who say they love change, they don't. Like there's always there's always like a bit of, it just takes time. And I feel like we just need to be kinder to ourselves, but also really aware and kind to others.
Yeah. And then we're talking about kind of being kinder to yourselves and kind of making that time for self-care going forward. What about people that are busy? Like, because obviously, like I was saying at the top of the show, there are people spending time with their children that have had no break since like February, March time. One of my friends had a night to herself recently, because she was finally her child was finally allowed to go anywhere else, and she rang me. She's like, "This is the first time I've been alone for like 4 months." And she was just like,
Oh,
I don't know I don't know whether to laugh, I don't know whether to cry, I don't know. She was like, I think I wanted to do something exciting, but I think I'm just gonna go to sleep until tomorrow because she didn't. But she's so exhausted.
yeah.
So yeah. So what about people that are quite busy? How do they start making that self-care time,
How
and what
do
does that look
you,
like?
yeah, how do you implement that self-care into your life? It's funny you say that about your friend, because I've had the exact same thing with my sister. I've said to her, so first of all, you need to understand why it's really important to take that time for yourself. And it's important because to look after someone else, you've got to look after yourself first. It's not even about putting yourself first, it's about having that self-care for yourself and making sure you're in the right mindset and in the right headspace does make you more relaxed and more patient and better when dealing with other people.
Yeah.
So like explaining that to her, and then then going through, okay, so what does self-care mean to you? And because it is so individual as well.
Yeah.
Like there's loads of different things that you can say are self-care, but it's like what's important to you. And one of the things was that she hadn't been reading, so it was like buy a book that you've always wanted to read, like, because
Yeah.
then it's all about, so it's about like understanding why, and then preparation, because you need to be prepared, you need to be organized to have that time for yourself and have everything you need to have it as well. So it's
Yeah.
like you need to plan in the time that you're going to do your reading,
Yeah.
and make sure you've got the book there to read as well. And I feel what that does is it like gets you ready and prepared to be like, this is my self-care time. And
Yes. Yeah.
then when you're doing it, you're like, oh, okay, yes, this is my self-care time, and you can fully engage with that. So then,
And what about kind of to add to that, if you're kind of like try to like pencil time into the diary to make sure it's about you as well. How do we make sure people are separating self-care from thinking that they're being selfish? Because obviously self-care is not selfish at all. You have to look after yourself. But what do you say to people that might think it is selfish?
again, it's explaining to them like how important it is to look after yourself and make that time and space for yourself, and explaining like the benefits of it as well. Because I find a lot of people do think that self-care is selfish, and I feel like they maybe mistake self-indulgence for self-care. So self-care can be self-indulgent. Like you could go out and like not just buy like chocolate, you buy like really good, like really expensive chocolate,
Yeah.
And there's different levels of self-indulgent, whereas self-care can just be taking that moment for yourself, and it doesn't even have to be a long time. So it's like, it's not selfish if you just want to take 15 minutes to just go and sit. A lot of people like to meditate, like there's loads of different types of meditation out there. But even if you just take those 15 minutes for yourself, that's not a selfish thing to do, because the impact is that you'll be able to look after others better.
Yeah. Like with the life mask, with the air mask in the plane, you have
Yeah,
to put it on yourself first, and then you put it on your child or whatever. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, it's quite funny because in Lush we use Alexander technique, which is a way of using your body properly to be able to massage. And the therapists are like, oh no, I've always, like when they first start using Alexander technique, they're like, oh, I've always massaged like this, it's fine. Like, I'm okay. No, my body doesn't hurt, I'm fine. And it's like, it's actually not about you. If you change the way that you massage and the way you move your body, the client can actually feel that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it actually goes, if you change your posture and the way that you're like touching someone, the client is going to receive a better treatment and a better massage. And one of my therapists, they were like, he was finding it like quite difficult to understand, and he was like, and it takes a little while for that concept to kind of hit in. And he turned around and he went, oh, hang on, I get it. It's like the oxygen mask on the safety aeroplane. It's like, yeah, you need to put your mask on first, and then you help others with their mask. And I was like, that is brilliant. But yeah, you've just said the exact same thing. And it's that idea of to be the best you can be when you're looking after someone, especially if you're a caregiver, like parents. Like I don't know how they've done it like this time, but
honestly, just miracle workers. That's what they are.
They are. They really, really are. But to be so, like, to be that good and that and it's sad because a lot of parents are like, oh, you know, I could be more patient, or I could spend more time doing crafts with my children, or I could make their dinners more exciting or healthy and stuff. And it's like,
I was like, truly, you're doing enough already, man. You are, so much.
You're already giving so much to other people. And it's like, you just need to take that one little step back and give yourself a little bit of like self-care. And then it'll kind of give you the mindset, like put you back in to be like, okay, I am doing enough. Like, I am enough. And because you need self-care to achieve self-love, I guess, at the end of it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, you do need self-care, and it's that thing about energizing yourself so you can continue to be that caregiver. What about like making an area or something, if you can, because obviously not everybody has the space, an area in your house, flat, whatever, in a room for self-care? Like, even if it was like a little corner, here's where I keep my nice books and a candle or whatever. What kind of thing can people do?
You could go really big or really small with this. So a lot of companies, or before lockdown, were they'd like read studies about how more relaxed workers like they were more productive. And you'll notice like a lot of offices started putting like beanbag chairs in, and table tennis, and stuff to really break up the day. Now that is actually what that company is doing, is creating little pockets and time for self-care for their staff, and it does make you more productive. There's like the studies that prove that. So you could get a beanbag chair, but you don't have to go huge, and it doesn't have to be expensive. So for me, I created like a little meditation area for myself. I've got this huge cushion, which I'll use and just throw that down, and then I've put my favourite plants around there. And then I did homemade candles when I was furloughed.
Love it. Yeah.
Vegan soy candles. All my favourite essential oils. And just like, I had that little area it was in our living room. So if no one else is in the living room, that would be my little area. But I live in a shared house. So then with my bedroom, with my personal space, what I've done is I've been like, what have I always wanted out of my bedroom? And I kind of I've moved it around, I've kept it really tidy, which is not something I always do, but I feel like tidy space, tidy mind. And just created like those different areas within my home. Huge bowl of bath bombs in the bathroom.
Same. I have like a big bowl, like almost like a big fruit bowl type thing, big porcelain bowl, and it's just got all my bath bombs all piled up.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been like doing like lots of gardening as well, and so I feel like when it comes to the space, it's all about the intention behind it as well. So if you put that intention into that area, it does become that area of solitude for yourself. I read a lot of like self-help books. It's not that I love them, it's just that I always find them quite helpful when I'm talking to different clients, or even just like when I'm talking and developing the therapists. I find it quite useful to have like as much information as possible. And I read one, and it was all about making your bed. It was all about every morning make your bed, because you're setting an intention there for the rest of the day. So if you make your bed in the morning, nothing can go wrong with that process. Everyone knows how to make their bed, but the rest of your day could go terribly, like, because you're not in control of what can happen all the time. So you could have a really bad day, but then when you come home or you come back to your bedroom and your bed's made, you know in your mind that you've done one, there's been one really good intention that you set for the day.
Yeah. Okay. That's insane. That's amazing. Because I make my bed every day anyway, just out of habit. But I didn't even think about it like that, or how good it might be making me feel when I go to bed.
Yeah.
And what about men? Because we know that men, they're not socialized in the way that women are to seek self-care, to kind of like, do these kind of things that would relax us, like yoga or meditation. Yes, men do it, but obviously we're so much more socialized to do it. These things are marketed at us and everything else, What do you say to men? How can we encourage men to make time for self-care and find their happy place? And what kind of tips would you have?
It's really difficult, isn't it, when it comes to like it's toxic masculinity is what it is, and it's very much I'm not I don't need to go for a treatment, or no, I don't need a skincare product, I'm fine. And maybe you are, that's great, but there's women who don't need that either, but I think there are definitely more tendencies for men to get to the point where they burn out. And I've seen it quite a lot when we have all kinds of people come into our spa, and we do have a lot of male clients. I think it's because of what we do and our standard. They tend to be like, oh yeah, it's Lush, it's got a name, it's got a brand, trust it, kind of thing. They always come in for the same treatment, which is our deep tissue treatment. And they come in.
But you say they don't want the chocolate body scrub?
No, but I've got a great story about the chocolate body scrub with a male client. So yeah, I'll tell you that in a moment. But yeah, they come in and they're like, the music, I don't need any music, whatever product you think. It's very much like, I just want to get on the couch and be massaged. And it's like, well, we're going to do what we do for everyone, because this is it's our treatment, it's bespoke, this is the way it is. And they come in and they have the treatment, and with every single male client, there is a point where you just see them and their shoulders just drop, and it's like they finally get it. It's like, oh crap, I really needed this. It's like, they came in with a knee injury, but their favourite part was like the nice relaxing neck and shoulder massage that's involved with it. And it's like, it's like he speaks to them afterwards and they were like, that's more than I was expecting, and I got a lot more of it than I thought I would. Or sometimes they fall fast asleep and they're like, I wasn't even tired. I don't know why I fell asleep. It's like, probably because you needed to. And I feel like it is getting better with men, and the way that self-care is kind of targeted now. I'd say self-care target, but it is an individual basis. And I knew I was doing this podcast, and I spoke to my housemate Henry. I said to him, what is self-care for you? And he said, just time. He said, it's time for me. And he said, and it's booking that time before I get burnt out. And I was like, that is really relevant, is because we all, and I used to be really guilty of it, working at 100 miles per hour, and then you don't take a break because you have to, because your body goes stop. And whether it's like you start to feel really stressed, or I had it where I had a huge breakout, and I don't really have breakouts on my skin, like I had a huge breakout, or you get really run down and really sick. And that's because you haven't taken a break. So it's like, take a break before you break.
Exactly. Before your body does it for you, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. And that's like as relevant for men as it is for women. It's relevant for everyone, because like, you know, men break too, and it's like, it's really important to take that time for yourself. I feel like men are better at having hobbies, and like sticking with that hobby, like whether it's going to play football every like Tuesday night, or you know, they've got like more of a set routine, which is really, really important as well. So the chocolate body scrub story.
Yeah, go for it.
So we were in Liverpool, and this couple came in, and you could just tell before the guy even opened his mouth, you could tell he did not want to be there. And the girlfriend was like, yeah, so he got me 2 vouchers for this treatment, thinking that I'd bring my mum or my friend. And I was like, no, I want you to come with me. And he was like, I don't want to go with you. And he was like, she was like, you're coming with me. So he's there. We're explaining, this is your hot chocolate body scrub. This is your rose serum. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm not going to enjoy this. And I was like, give it a go. You're not enjoying it. You can like leave, and we'll exchange the voucher for something else. Like, just give it a go. And he was really not looking forward to it. Borderline a little bit angry that she made him come in for this treatment. And then afterwards, he was raving. He was like, that was the best thing I've ever had. That music, what's that song? I really recognise that song that was in it. Oh, my skin. Oh, have you smelt me? And he's going to his girlfriend, smell me. Because his skin smelled like of chocolate and roses. And she's like, yeah, I was there as well. Like, yeah, I know. And he's
I was there too, hon.
Yeah. And we used to give this cocktail afterwards, and he was drinking it, and he was going, this is the best drink I've ever had. And it was just like, he was completely turned around just by being kind of forced to do it. Yeah. But he was like, oh, wait, yeah, this is good. Like, you know, and then he was like, oh, what other treatments do you do? Book them in, like, for more treatments afterwards. And then he was like, you're never coming again without me. Like, we're always going to do this together.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
I feel like you have to experience these things. There is, with meditation and yoga, I struggle, because I'm a very practical person. Like, I struggle sometimes with how it is kind of delivered. And I do feel like it can switch people off even before they've tried it. So when I was like creating like a more, like, I called it step down, and it was like a routine to kind of step your mind down and give yourself space and clarity within your mind, so that you can properly focus on something like meditation. And that again was all about kind of like the preparation and just preparing yourself, and also looking into it and the benefits of it. Because if you know the benefits of it, you're going to give it more time than if you don't. Whereas if someone just starts shouting meditation and chakras...
Yeah, then you're just like, what the hell is this? Yeah.
They are trigger words that really put some people off, very practical people. And that's something that I've been looking into recently, and like more of a practical approach to it. When I find some really good ones, I'll share them with you.
Yes, please.
And we can share them with all the boys.
Yeah, exactly. So with guys, we're saying, you know, with parents, we're saying, make sure you schedule that time in as best as you can. With people generally, try if you can to make some kind of space where you can kind of that you can center or focus around your self-care, whether it's just like even whether it's a tiny space, go big, you know, it could be something massive, it could be something small, kind of doing those kind of things mindfully. And for men, we're saying, if you aren't on that kind of taking part in any self-care, then, you know, try some things out. But like you're saying, if people are quite practical, look into the benefits of it if that's what you need to kind of convert you to it and to encourage you to have a go and everything. So yeah,
come have a treatment with us. Well, the spa itself is a happy place. Like, we can't get rid of people once they're in. So which I suppose that's lovely. But the spa itself is a happy place, but a happy place it's all individual. It's all individual, because we're all so different. So what works for someone might not work for anyone else. But try stuff out.
That's a really good place. Yeah, that's a good place to wrap up. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you.
And, you know, I hope that everybody goes to Lush Oxford Street and goes and books in a treatment immediately. I know I'm going to. Like, when this is finished, I was like, oh, it's open on Saturday. Okay. Go have a look.
Yeah, come see us. And if you can't book in, I mean, we've got a great one-way system around the store at the moment, which is fantastic. You can see all the products, and you get that hit. You still get the hit of smell as you go into the store, and it's just a really nice place. I'm very lucky.
Thank you so much for joining us, Helen. If you would like to be, is there any way you'd like to be found online?
I've got an Instagram page, which is lushspa_Helen. And that I just give loads of tips. It's a lot about kind of posture, plants. So like a lot of kind of like what essential oils are good for what, skincare, posture, massage, spa related.
Oh, perfect. Brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Speak On. Make sure you like, subscribe and share with your friends, family, co-workers, strangers in the street. To find out more about us, including our upcoming events, head over to Instagram, instagram.com/speakon_. Bye!